wanted to come on here today and kind of give an introduction to the channel and give you some kind of an idea of who we are and what our goals are with the channel and just in general. So my name is Jennifer and my husband's name is Danny. He's the one that, if you've watched our other videos up to this point, he's mostly the one that you see in the videos. He's at work today, so I just thought I'd come on and just give a little bit of information. So we live in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and we are originally from McDowell County, West Virginia, which is in the very most southern part, and it's the poorest county in the state. It is beautiful. We love it, but we moved away from there. We're like 3.5 hours north from where we grew up. But we moved away from there to be near my daughter and my granddaughter. So we just kind of moved away for that reason and because of opportunities for the kids. I have 5 kids. So all of my kids except one lives in this area now, but the other one, she only lives an hour away, so that's not bad. So we like it here, but the only problem is we live in more of a town-like atmosphere. It's not a city, you know. Point Pleasant is it's not a big city, but the area we live in is a lot. There's a lot more houses. It's a neighborhood, but you know, I'm looking around right now and I see, I don't know, 10 houses or more, and I just happen to be in the little wooded spot that we have beside the house, but we have like 1/3 of an acre, and we're looking for more of what we left. We lived in the house that my husband's parents bought and he was raised in, and you know, he owned it. We had, I think, 15 acres, and it was just really, you know, more secluded, and we lived up in what our people call a holler, which is basically between 2 mountains, and you have like a little valley in there with a creek, and that's what we're looking for. So it's all around here. We're still in West Virginia. This area is not as mountainous as where we came from, but we still have some mountainous areas. It's just not as tall of a mountain. But right now we're looking at this property that's 27 acres, and it has the farmhouse on it. If you've seen my other videos, they're not good. This video is probably not good, but I'm learning as I go. But it's that land, it wasn't listed for sale, but what we've been doing is looking at the tax maps, looking at properties that are that nobody lives on, and trying to contact the people that own them, especially if the people who own it are not local. Like, if you can look at the tax information and you can see where the tax ticket goes, and if that person doesn't even live in West Virginia, there's a possibility that they're not interested in keeping the land. Maybe they just forgot about it, or they don't think about it anymore, or there could be any possibility there. But it doesn't hurt to ask. I mean, all they can say is no. So this one in particular, now we've looked at several, but we've never contacted the families before. We've just always thought about it. And actually we found one that was listed on Zillow, and it was 20 acres, and we actually made an offer on it and was under contract. But after we did that, some neighbors near there had a dispute over the property lines, and one man said he owned most of it, and we just didn't want to get involved in that. That's not what we want. The man probably knows what he owns. So we backed out of that contract, and we started looking at areas around that property because we really like that area. It's the perfect location because it's like 20, the one we're looking at is 27 acres, but it's like 5 minutes from Walmart and 15 minutes from our daughter who has our grandchild. And I watch my granddaughter every day while my daughter works, so that would be very convenient. And our other children, like I said, still live in the area, so it's still really close to everything, but it's still got that seclusion that we're looking for. So when he found that property on the tax map, the owner lives in Ohio, which is just across the river. It's not like it's far away, but he just took the chance, and he actually went by her house one day. I was with him, but I didn't go in because I'm a little bit of a chicken. But he knocked on her door, and she's an elderly lady in her 70s, and her husband is not well. And so she said that she is interested in selling the property. She said that she actually was in the process of beginning that about a year ago when her husband got sick, and then she just, that took a back burner to the health of her husband, and all the things that she's got to do there. And but she is interested in selling it. She gave us permission to go and explore it as much as we want. She did say that she thought the house was in bad enough shape that it probably would need to be torn down, but she didn't know because she'd not been there in many years. It hasn't been lived in many years. She didn't say how long ago. She maybe doesn't really know how long ago. Like, she'd have to figure it out. But she said that a tree had fallen on the roof years back, and she didn't know what kind of damage had been done and what kind of shape it was in. But the doors were probably unlocked, and that we could go inside if we wanted, if we could get in. And it's kind of heartbreaking because I don't know what it was like the last time she was there, but there is no front door. It's gone, and almost all the windows are broken, and the other two doors are standing wide open. The house is in bad shape. I mean, it is fixable, but it's going to be a very expensive thing to do, and we don't really have that kind of money to do something like that. We would love to. That's my dream, is to find a house exactly like that one and fix it up. I love the farmhouse style, and it was built in 1859, so it's just a beautiful, beautiful farmhouse. And I just think about all the life that happened there, because they had a big farm. It was 27 acres. They had a big, you can tell where the backyard garden was, and down over the hill you can tell that they farmed that also, and they had animals and chickens, and they had the whole thing, and it was really, really nice at some point. So we don't know how much she's asking for it. That wasn't a question that my husband felt like asking her on the very first day. We have contacted her again because we wanted to show her some pictures of the condition of the house. She hasn't gotten back with us, and we don't want to be pushy because she is older and she does have a lot going on. So we're just kind of leaving it in her hands at the moment, and when she's ready, she'll contact us. And she pretty much told us, it may take a little bit of time, but she is wanting to sell it. So, and she has two sons. They don't live around here, and they're not interested in having it. She wants to sell it. So, but what our goal is, when we moved here, before we moved here, we didn't have any mortgage or anything like that, no car payments or anything. So when we moved here, now we have a mortgage that we'll never pay it off because we're both in our 50s. It's a 30-year mortgage. It's unlikely that we'll live long enough. I mean, we may live long enough to pay that off, but that's going to be we want to have some freedom. You know, we want to have, hopefully the wind is not causing a lot of sound issues, but we want some freedom. We want to go back to not having that payment. So what our goal is to find some property and that will be secluded, and put a home pretty far back, like up in a holler, like where we came from, so that we can have that seclusion away from it all, but also be near it all at the same time, if that makes any sense. We would like to have chickens and maybe some goats and who knows, you know, but we'd like to have some land to farm, have some land to do whatever we want, and also have enough area where our children could also do the same thing. They could put a home there. And this land that we're looking at is really perfect for that, because it is like a holler in between two well, they're mountains, I guess, small mountains. There's a creek, and there's plenty of flat places to put homes depending on how far away from the main road you want to be. And so we'll probably tear down the farmhouse, which is the closest, like it's right off the main road, but it's really kind of secluded looking because you can't really see it from the road. But once we tear it down, that will be a foundation with a basement where someone could also put a home. It wouldn't be us, it would be one of our kids probably, but that's our goal. We want to be more financially free. We know that it's going to take some money to do what we want to do, but we want to do it in a way where when we're finished, we don't owe $150,000 that we are going to be paying on for the rest of our lives. We may owe we may owe some, but it's going to be considerably less. And when we are retired at some point, we would like to be able to be more free. And I think a lot of people feel that way. Probably everybody feels that way. But, you know, at our age that we are right now, we, if in our 50s, you know, we're thinking about, we don't have, you know, we are definitely over halfway as far as the time we have left, you know. And since we had to start over, we definitely want to put ourselves in a better position to where we are not in lots of debt for the rest of our lives. So basically that's what we're doing, and we want to take you along for the journey. Hopefully this 27 acres that we're looking at is the one. But if not, we will take you along as we look at other properties. We've looked at several already, but we just now started the channel. I do have some videos of other properties we looked at, but they've pretty much been ruled out. So as we proceed further, and if we do look at other properties, we'll take you along for the ride and show them to you and discuss the pros and cons of each one. We could probably, oh, my camera's going to fall over in the wind. But we could probably talk a little bit more about pros and cons of the one we're looking at now, and take you over. And there's the one video, it doesn't have very many views compared to the other two, but the best one that we have about the property only has like 9 or 10 views. And that's the video where we are actually at the spot where we want to put our future home. Okay, so that does it for this video. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information about what our plans are, what our goals are for the channel, and what our actual goals are in life. So we're going to take you along for the ride. So if you'd like to be notified whenever we make new videos, just go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and we'll see you probably next week. All right, see you later, guys.